2IT, 2IT4, 2IT5, and 2IT6. So, this will be your second lecture for midterm. So, kung kayo po ay cluster A, wag pong mag-alala, pinapalipat na po natin yung cluster A ninyo into cluster B. So, this is for 2IT3. So, doon naman po sa 2IT4, just continue, 2IT4, 5, and 6, just continue answering na lang po. Kasi at the end of the day naman, makakarating naman tayo sa finals natin, inuunti-unti na natin siya. So, a friendly reminder ulit bago ako mag-start, make sure po na nakalagay ang inyong apelido and section doon sa mga uploaded videos natin kasi ipapabilang ko na po ito. Pag nag-start tayo ng second cluster, yung sa prelim ipapabilang ko na. So kapag ito po ay hindi ninyo na bilang or naisama sa inyo, may chance po na kayo po ay hindi mawawalan po kayo ng 20 points or yung auxiliary points natin ay hindi po makakount. Sayang naman po. Okay, so to proceed. So ang coverage natin pala ay page 41 to 60. So bali ang nangyari yung dun sa lecture 1 natin, inulit natin ng onte para lang umabot siya sa para dumami siya. So ang outline natin for this lecture ay Introduction to Software Tools in HCI and also Software Engineering in HCI, Interactive Devices, and Application and Examples of Gesture Recognition, and what are the future developments sa HCI natin. So, for our first slide dun sa ating lecture, so ano po ang mga software tools na ginagamit natin or yun, ano yung mga software tools na needed natin for human-computer interaction. So, we have 4. First one is the specification methods. Second one is the transition program. Third one is the interface building tools, and last one is the evaluation tools. And in conformity, why is software engineering needed in HCI? Kasi yung pinaka-basic na software engineering model, yun pa rin po yung ginagamit natin sa human-computer interaction, which is the waterfall model. And also, if you will notice, meron tayong needed na prototyping for our human-computer interaction, which is also a component of software engineering. Kasi need natin ng prototypes either ng software system o kaya ng prototype hardware. Same siya ng concepts. Tapos, both of them will be running towards or will be focusing upon user-centered design or UCD. And also, you will notice na the more GUI design and aesthetics you provide in your prototype or in your system, the more it is going to be more widely accepted or at least acceptable doon sa inyong mga panel. Yun yung relevance niya. Okay, and proceed. So, what are the interactive devices in HCI? So, basically, ang overview natin of interactive devices is lahat po ng mga devices, computing devices na need ng human-computer interaction. So, we have 3 best examples. First one is yung keyboard. So, the moment you type something, it's going to reflect on your screen. There is human-computer interaction there. And second one is touchscreen technology, yung paggamit natin ng ating mga phones and tablets and other touchscreen enabled devices na once na may prines ka, kung ano yung prines mo, nagiging reactive yung yung phone mo or yung gadget mo doon sa napindot mo. And last one is gesture recognition. So this is the newest out of the bunch. Ang nangyayari po sa gesture recognition, kapag kayo po ay mayroong ginesture dun sa screen, yung screen po natin ay sumusunod. So, best example natin dito ay yung sa yung sa Smart TV. Pag kayo ay lumilipat ng channel, so imbis na gamitin ng remote, yung inyong kamay na lang ang gagawin as long as naka-enable yung sa gesture technology or gesture recognition feature nung gadget ninyo. And we have here application and examples of gesture recognition. So, first one is Microsoft Kinect. Second is gesture recognition beyond gaming. Third one is gesture recognition in various industries. And last one is response time consideration. Kasi with regards sa gesture recognition, minsan merong delay time na either ilang minutes or seconds bago bago mag-respond yung inyong screen or yung inyong device kapag gesture motion ang ginagamit natin. So, it has to be considered kasi baka mamaya sobrang tagal or sobrang bilis niya. Dapat tama lang. Na umaabot sa point na kung ano yung hand-eye coordination nyo, dapat kasabay lang din siya. So, what are the conclusions and future developments with regards sa gesture recognition? So, the future is basically Ion Interactive Mirror. So, kasama ito sa activity natin, paparesearch natin yan. Tapos, second one is yung response time guidelines. And the future trends in HCI, which is basically other technologies that can utilize yung ating human-computer interaction. So guys, that will conclude our lecture 2. Hopefully po, yung lahat po ng nasa Cluster B and Cluster C, wala nang conflict ang ating mga schedules. So I will see you again, hopefully by Wednesday or Thursday para sa inyong lecture 3. Tapos please take note, magbibigay ako ng activity ngayon. Although ang start niya ay ngayon, ang tapos niya siguro mga Wednesday or Thursday pa para sa inyong activity for lecture 2. So essay ulit ito ha. Okay po, so thank you. Salamat po.